And we are live. What's going on, Neil? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, it's been a while. It's not been that long, but it's it's been a little while.
It has been a while, man. Time flies by. It's ridiculous.
It does. Dude, you should tell everyone what time it is, your time, because I am impressed you're still awake.
It's 1:36 a.m., not p.m., daddies, guys.
1 in the morning.
We've got Yara in the chat. She is mate. She is your girl, man. I'm telling you. She is running everywhere, doing a great job.
She is.
Yeah. What's going on, Yara? How you doing? Go on, engage with us in the chat so we know you're live.
See Jacob in the chat. How's it going? Yara's
Jacob.
In the chat.
How's it going, Jacob? You right, mate? Bloody hell. It's too late for everybody. But yeah, man. What's been happening?
Not much. Just been doing a lot of work. We made a lot of updates to Merch Informer, which I think we're going to go over today. Maybe I can share my screen and then maybe finish up with some Q&A and go over some stuff with KDP.
That's great, man. Yeah. We should do
that. KDP's been definitely taken off. So I definitely...
Dude, KDP is killing it.
I need to put more effort into that next year for sure. There's definitely... I don't have all my designs up on the books. I've been slacking a little bit there, but the sales are coming in with what I do have up, and I'm pretty impressed with them keeping up and everything being shipped out and royalties coming in, so everything is really good there.
That's amazing. You know what? I haven't even started on KDP. I've got like a couple of books, and I've made a couple of sales, but like nothing too major.
I just
can't handle the amount of,
you have real books?
Tasks that I need to
written
do.
Books? Huh? Do you have real books, like written books, or
no?
Okay,
I want to do the low content stuff because I've got so many designs, man. I've got ridiculous amounts of designs. I just need to convert them to, KDP covers and stuff, and just start, smashing those uploads. But obviously, your software just makes everything easy. I do have the automation one. I want to ask you a question. Does it like still work?
Yeah, so we stopped offering that. Basically, what we did was we created it, pushed it out the door before even really seeing how many people were going to use it, and realized that Amazon is constantly changing things, and we didn't get that many people using it. So we decided to kind of pull back on that, stop offering that, and put all of the effort into the core software. So Bookbolt, which we have added a lot of stuff to. A lot of free stuff, which I'm sure we'll go over today, but so that's basically where all the development effort is.
For people that still have the software, they can still benefit from free updates for life and stuff like that.
Yeah, so if they have it installed, I mean, it should still work.
Yeah, even if Amazon changes things and things like that.
I mean,
you guys will still update it.
Yeah, for now, I'm pretty sure it does work.
Cool.
But yeah, we haven't done any development on it because all of the development's going into the core tool.
Great. Well, I'm really excited about KDP, man, because it's really killing it these days, man. A lot of people are getting into it. Maybe a little bit too late because the real people have started working on it a long time ago.
Yeah, well, the thing I'm noticing is that the people that I convinced to, try it out that have merch designs, they'll start off by converting their merch designs to KDP covers, which is it's very, very easy. We have a tool that does that for you. But once that is done, hold on. I know I'm staring off in the corner. That's where I have you placed. Once you have that done and you start getting your things up, you're going to notice that sales start rolling in. Now, they're not going to be, 100 sales a book a day, but you're going to start seeing one here and one there. And eventually you're going to start getting a few reviews, and then they're just going to start popping off and rolling. And once you see that first sale, is when you typically go back in and you realize that, okay, the best covers for a low content book are not necessarily the designs you're putting on t-shirts. If you're doing your research in that aspect, there's a lot of differences. Some of them are way simpler. I mean, there's one guy, I don't remember the brand off the top of my head, but he's all over the place. All he does is he puts like quotes. That's it. It's just white text, white quote on a book cover, and he sells them, and he is making like thousands of sales each month. It's insane.
Insane, man. But like that's the power of automation as well, because you've got all these softwares that can just smash out so many uploads, and it just makes it easier for everybody. So no one can have any excuse whatsoever.
Yeah, so we have a tool inside of the Bookbolt software where you literally just upload a folder of all your merch designs. So it uploads all the folder, all your PNGs, in the right, and you just click start, and it'll go all the way down the list. All of a sudden, they're all covers. You just download those, and you just go over to KDP and start uploading.
That's amazing, and it doesn't require any looking over it to finish or anything. You just put that folder in there.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is you pick a background color. That's literally all you do. So like a dark gray, something like that, where everything that you download is going to look good. I mean, sometimes they're not going to look good on a dark gray. So if you have your designs organized by all your white designs and all your dark designs, and then you can flip the colors and download everything and put them up.
So since you've been doing KDP for a while, what would you say the best background colors are?
Not black. Okay, that's what I started off doing, and I realized I started making more sales when I went a dark grayish. I don't know why it is, but if you go a dark gray, maybe a lighter gray or a brownish, those seem to do incredibly well. Just not full black.
That's amazing, man. Why is that, do you reckon?
I honestly don't know. Maybe it helps them stick out a little bit more, but if you go over to KDP and you just start looking at low content journals, you'll notice the front page rarely has an all black cover. They're usually something else. And once I started looking at that, I went, okay, wait a minute. So all these people who are selling a lot of different low content books are using these colors. Why don't I try that out? So I did, and it definitely increased sales. Now I can't say that, hey, that one thing increased it by 25% or something, but I definitely did see an uptick over the span of time where I was changing those colors out.
But that's the thing. See, what you did right there is you didn't go with what you normally would do to sell stuff, right? Which is black. You started thinking outside the box, and you saw there was an opportunity. Hey, it's not all black that's selling. Let's see why these people are selling. Oh, look, it's dark grayish, right? So this teaches people that they need to think outside of the box and look at the trends, look at the data. What is the data saying to you? Not what, for example, Neil said to you, or that person said, or that person said. Start thinking for yourself. Not because said
that's a good point.
not just because Neil said do dark grayish. You start doing dark grayish, and then if you don't make any sales, hey Neil, man, I didn't make any sales. I don't know why. You told me to do dark gray. I did dark gray, but I didn't make any sales. Hey, dude, start thinking for yourself, man.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people.
The same thing with merch by Amazon, color-wise. I remember when they started adding more colors, and I, on a whim, was like, you know what? I'm selling a lot of black shirts, but I bet you if I put these on purple shirts, they would start selling. I selected them all on purple shirts, and that's one of the best colors I have for a few of my designs are purple shirts. I would have no idea, but I went in, I spent the, hour or so, whatever it takes to change everything out. And you have to test it, because you can't take my word for it or your word for it. If you just take everything everyone says as the holy grail, you're not going to get anywhere. It's a business. It's got moving parts. You need to actually test and try and actually put forth the effort.
Totally. And so many people say AMS doesn't work or Facebook advertising doesn't work. You just lose a lot of money. But these tools require a lot of testing. Yep. Not everything works all the time. So you have to try and fail, and then maybe the third or the fourth or the fifth try will be your most successful try ever. And then you'll be like, wow, the penny will drop suddenly. You know what I mean?
And then you'll make all your money back, and plus some, typically, from the 5 times you tried previously.
Yeah, and that's because you had persistence. You tried and you kept trying and you never gave up. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they try once and they say, okay, that thing doesn't work.
I see that all the time, not only in KDP, but also merch. All the print on demand, people get started, right? They go into the groups, they watch the YouTube videos, oh my God, look at these screenshots people are posting. That's so much money. I'm going to try this out and I'm going to, make all this money overnight. They try it out for, a week and they put up 3 shirts or 3 books, and they go, oh, I didn't make any money. This is clearly a scam. It doesn't work, yada, yada, yada. And it's you have to be willing to try a little bit harder or a little bit longer and put in the effort.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to work more than everybody else in order to achieve maybe the same or better than those people. Because remember, they have the benefit of experience. You know, they've tried for so long and they've achieved those results over time. You're starting out from nothing, from the beginning. So you can't just do what they do. You have to do a lot more in order to acquire the experience,
Well,
in
the
order
thing
to
is,
gain
the thing
traction.
is too is that if you're putting, say, I don't know, let's just say you're uploading 10 shirts a day, right? There's another guy that's going to work, you know, more hours than you, and he's going to upload 100 shirts a day or 100 books a day. He's always going to be there trying to take the money that you're trying to make. So if you're not willing to like try, then just don't start. But if you are willing to put forth the effort, I think that KDP is probably the most exciting opportunity, at least in the print-on-demand space, just because there's literally no sign-up period. You can sign up, get something up literally while we're chatting, and it'll be for sale on Amazon forever. There's no 90-day takedown, 6-month takedown, whatever they change it to in the future. It's literally up on Amazon selling forever.
There's no tier system. There's no invitation. There is so much more, so much better infrastructure because it's been
and customer support too.
Yep. Support, yeah, exactly. If you get something wrong, they do a review with you and they say this is what you need to change. So much better user friendly.
It's a godsend.
Fantastic user experience, isn't it? I
is.
know.
It's like the first time you email support and like an actual person responds to you, and if you're a merch by Amazon, you're just like, oh my god, like what? I'm just not used to this.
Yeah, and unfortunately with merch you just get like a template, like just a robot reply to you, and then you say no, actually I meant to say this, and then they say, oh, we're gonna investigate it for you. Dude, I have so many designs that are still stuck in processing from a while ago. Like I'm talking a year ago, I changed prices and they're still stuck now, and they're still investigating it now. Yeah. I got
one that's been under investigation for like 2 weeks. Essentially, what I did was I put a design up that had I got dinged for mental illness only in the UK. It went through the US, it went through in Germany, and I was like, okay, this has nothing to do with actual mental illness. Come on, right? So I sent them that message, and they got back to me fairly quickly, a few days, and they're like, we're investigating it, and then you wait and a couple days go by and you might get another email that says we're still investigating it, and the process goes on. With KDP, it's like, hey guys, like this did not go through. This is what I changed. It's still not working. Can you help me? And they send you back an email that says this is what you need to change, and everything will go through fine. So you do it and everyone's happy. You don't have a strike against your account, and now you're for sale on Amazon. So it's definitely really helpful. When Merch by Amazon first started, it was like that, but the program has exploded so fast. Like I'm
with
sure
so
they
many
don't
users.
they don't have enough of the infrastructure or staff there to kind of give you the same sort of service that KDP has, because it's been around forever.
And why it's also a great opportunity is because there's so many marketplaces, man.
Yep.
So many marketplaces, and trust me, like more people will use books than actually t-shirts, and they would use them and throw them, 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 because how many like how much can you write in a book? Like you can't write much, especially if you're at school. Like if you target schools or teachers or stuff like that, people that use books a lot, especially if they have certain hobbies, you marry the niches together and you're onto a winner.
Well, the crazy thing is too, like, okay, you take a t-shirt design, right? It goes up, if you enable every single thing, it's 20 products, I think. I think it's 20 products. I mean, you got all the t-shirts now, yeah, 20 products. But you can take the same, so you're talking about hobbies, right? If you have a design that's based on a hobby and you put that design on a cover, you can literally make like 50, 100 different books if it makes sense, because you can differentiate with the interior. So you can have a notebook with, a nurse. Let's just say your profession is a nurse, right? So you have a nurse cover and you put a notebook, and then you keep that same nurse cover, and now you have a diabetes log, or the same nurse cover and you have like a house checklist. And the list goes on and on and on. So if you like optimize your titles and you merge like the niches with the interior, there's like almost an unlimited amount of different kind of low content books you can create.
Amazing. And do you know what I love the most is that you have the back end keywords. Dude, that's a godsend.
There's amazing. No more writing sentences. It's just like
no more writing sentences. I don't write sentences. I just put my keywords in there, and I don't bother with the description. Like, what do you think about the description? Do you bother about it? I just put like the main stuff. This book, this.
I'll literally just write a
6x9 or 9x6 or whatever, and that's it.
I'll put maybe a sentence or two.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that I've been talking to that are doing KDP. They're putting so much time and effort doing like the HTML descriptions. I'm like, the description itself is not helping you rank. It's the title and the back end keywords. Don't spend your time on the description. Spend your time on what's going to make you money, which is uploading, good designs, good interiors, title, back end keywords. Like, I think that's five things that you should actually be focusing on.
Just be efficient. Just look at what other things that are going to help you. That HTML stuff is going to slow the process a lot down, right?
It is.
You're going to slow down so much that it might be more converting from the point of conversion, but it will not be as efficient as if you were cranking out designs and just uploading them.
For example, let's say you have 1,000 merch designs, right? So the first thing I'd do is I'd convert all those and just get them up. Get them up with the titles, everything. You can always go back because they're on Amazon forever. You can go back and add your descriptions. If that's really important to you, you can test it out, see if it's helping with conversion, so on and so forth. I just wouldn't spend the time. I get the products up first to make sure they're in front of customers, because if the product's not in front of a customer, what are you doing?
And especially people are getting into KDP, and obviously you want to get a big chunk of the market before everybody else, and everybody is fighting for the same.
There's still not. I know I've been talking about it. A few other people have been talking about it. There's still not many people doing it. I don't know. When did you get into merch?
2 years ago.
2 years. Do you remember 2 years ago? I think it was still fairly easy, where you'd like do some research on a big niche, and there wouldn't be very many shirts at all.
Yeah. It was fairly easy. It was getting saturated at the time when I got into it, but it was a lot easier than now, of course.
Yeah, KDP now, especially with the low content books, reminds me of Merch by Amazon 2 or 3 years ago. These massive niches are just wide open. You can find phrases that don't have any book covers in them in big niches very, very, very easily. You can find stuff in big niches that has maybe 2 or 3 other books competing with it, but they're selling, 100 copies a month. I mean, it's crazy when you sit down and actually take a look at what people are selling. Not many people are doing this. They think it's harder than merch. I think it's way easier. They think it takes more time. I find it quicker. So
I
don't know.
If you use the right tools, of course.
Yeah. Because what I'm doing, I sat down and I started with my Merch by Amazon designs. Once I realized that, hey, this will make money, I sat down, started doing the research. I get some book covers outsourced, or I create them myself, and then just start uploading them with some back-end keywords. And the royalties are lower, but I feel like it's so much easier because no one else is competing with you.
And because it's easy to sell. People have so much of a hard time buying a shirt at $19.99 than buying a book for $6.99 or
no one thinks about spending $6. Why do you think people go to Starbucks and spend $6 on a coffee? Like, they don't think about that. They're definitely not going to think about a $6 book purchase.
Exactly. So Neil, you've been in the platform for a while. You've got the Bookbolt software and all of those great, nice, fancy things. How do you approach KDP if you have no idea about print on demand? You've just heard about this idea from a friend and you want to get started. So we're talking to people that are completely brand new, that have no idea, newbies.
Yeah, so
what should they do?
If you're brand new, the first thing I would do is figure out, what the heck is a low content book. If you go to bookbolt.io, that's the software we run /blog. I've written about that. So essentially, you're talking books with no actual stories or writing in them. So once you figure out, what is this, the second thing I would do is figure out how to create a book cover. Okay, I would do it yourself. Do it yourself for the first couple times so you learn the process. I'd probably do it yourself until you make a sale or two. And just keep it real simple. It doesn't have to be designs. It can be just text, funny sayings, funny phrases, quotes, things that make people laugh, stuff like that. Put that on a cover. So again, really easy to do if you use the Bookbolt software. Otherwise, you go to KDP, you download their templates for, say, Photoshop or something, create them there, and then just go through the process of uploading and getting your first book online. And that should take you no longer than 10 minutes. I mean, there's 3 or 4 pages you have to click through, and you're just like, okay, give the book a title. So you give the book a title. Do I own the rights to this artwork? You click yes. You pick some categories, you enter in some keywords, and then you click publish. So I would just go through that process a few times, creating, again, yourself the covers. And then after that, you can just start digging in a little bit deeper, figuring out research, doing a little bit more design work, and kind of build from there. But I think it's really important that people actually just start. Because if you don't start, you're never going to get anywhere. So that's probably my advice for people.
Exactly. Before I forget, Neil, we spoke about a giveaway we're going to give to our people, right?
We did. You explain it.
Didn't we?
You explain it.
I'll explain it. So basically, guys, everybody who's on this live right now can win this amazing giveaway that Neil has generously decided to give you guys. There's going to be 3 winners, right? 3 winners. And what they're going to win? 1 month of Bookbolt subscription, right?
Correct.
Each? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So all you got to do is you go to our Instagram. I'm going to leave a link in the description of the Instagram post that we created. What you got to do is you got to follow me at Master Addie on Instagram, follow Merch Informer, and also tag 2 people. That's all you got to do. You've got nothing to lose, and you have the chance to win 1 month of free subscription of Bookbolt. So there's about 23, 25 people watching. So really, the balance of probabilities
that's a pretty good probability there.
There's a pretty good probability right there, and it's only people that are watching here that can actually that have the chance to win. So go for it, guys. I'm going to put the post right now. I'm going to put it in the comments so you guys can click and go for it.
While you're doing that, I'm reading comments. I see Tim Massey showing up. He brings up an awesome point. He said, or you can have KDP give you a call and have your question answered quickly. Because KDP will actually call you, which mind blown when I figured out they have a support number. Yeah,
I'm going to put the post right now.
Okay, perfect. So everyone go down in the chat, click the link, head over to Instagram.
Click the link, do what you need to do, and you got a chance to win. So what were you saying, Neil? Sorry, I interrupted you.
So if you're on KDP and you put in like a support ticket or whatever, I think there's a spot. I've done it once. It's been a while, where you send in a ticket and have them request a call back, and then they'll actually call you on the phone and like help you.
Amazing, man. That's really, really amazing. I'm gonna start getting into it, but I have so many projects I'm working on, man. I'm also trying to build my YouTube channel, not this one, the Moroccan in London one, where I talk in Arabic and all of that. I put vlogs in there, and I'm
jealous. I really wish I could speak another lanage. So
mate,
kudos
you can.
To that. It's awesome.
Never say never. Never say never.
That's true.
Hey, why don't you start documenting your mountain trips that you go up the mountains, because you live up the mountains, man. That would be amazing.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could do that, maybe.
Hands down. If I lived somewhere there, I'd always like pick up a camera and start shooting stuff and, just do a little vlog. People would be really interested in knowing, what you do apart from Merch Informer and stuff. Trust me.
That's not a bad idea, man. I love the mountains.
Yeah, it'll be great. Hey, you've got this guy called Peter McKinnon. He's Canadian. I don't know if you know him or not.
Where?
I don't know. Not Ottawa. Not sure. Just type Peter McKinnon on YouTube. He's crazy, man. He's awesome. His photography skills and videography skills are just next to none, man. He's crazy, and he lives in Canada.
Check that out.
So he's pretty heavily into his filmmaking.
Awesome.
But yeah,
all right, I will
good.
check him out.
Definitely. All right, let's see if anybody has asked any questions, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Hey Jacob, we've got Jacob on the chat. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's left or he's not there. Usually he makes a lot of noise, doesn't he?
He does. He must have left.
Yeah, he probably has left. We didn't give him enough attention. That's probably why he's left. We love you, Jacob, man.
All right, I see a question. It says, as an Amazon seller looking to get into merch by Amazon, would you say my chances are better to get approved? Would you say my chances better than what? Better than KDP?
Than what?
I mean, KDP
Everybody
is a 30-second sign-up.
Yeah. Everybody has got a chance.
Yeah, so merch by Amazon, literally the trick to getting accepted is just fill out all the information and be a real person. You know, you have to tell them why you would be an asset to them. They want people that are going to work hard and make them money, right? So if you have that in your mind when you're applying, you know, keep that in mind while you're writing your responses. And as long as you can act like you're an asset to Amazon, you're going to get accepted.
But even then, it's not guaranteed because trust me, we've tried all sorts of ways. There is no logic to getting accepted by Merch by Amazon. There isn't.
Yeah, I don't know what they check in the back end or something they claim to check. So I don't know.
I've seen people's applications where it was like awesome, perfect. They're real designers with real following, with just they tick all the right boxes, but they don't get accepted. And I've seen people that didn't fill out the information right.
You didn't get accepted.
and they're not designers. They have no idea about design. They have no website. They have no background in design or anything like that. And they got accepted just like that. So
having a website is typically pretty big. I mean, it shows that you've actually taken more steps than filling out an application.
Yeah.
So I always recommend people
take that into consideration.
I bet they do a little bit, but I mean, it's probably all an algorithm, right? It's not like an actual person sitting down and reading it. So I don't know how they coded it, what the algorithm looks like, but I'm assuming that is
it just gets you thinking: do they actually like have a quota of applications versus acceptance and rejection?
Yeah, I don't know.
So like maybe out of 100,000, they accept 20% or something like that, or do they accept you based on where you're from? I don't know. I really don't know, man. Or maybe certain regions in the world, they have certain quota.
It could be. Oh, yeah.
Once you've run out of that quota, you kind of get accepted. You just get slapped with the rejection. I don't know. We're just speculating here. Anyone who's watching from Merch by Amazon, shed some light. I bet they won't. Never, ever, ever. They're the most secretive company in the world, man.
Yep.
It's crazy.
All right, I see another question here. What do you think some of the better people in KDP are really making? So if you sit down, okay, and you go to Amazon and you just look at the sales ranks of some of these books, it doesn't even necessarily have to be KDP, right? I'm just talking low content journals, books, so on and so forth. Some of those are selling thousands and thousands and thousands of units per month. I'm talking like 40K in revenue, right? It's revenues, not royalties per book. So, I mean, I know a few people making 20,000 plus just from the low content books, especially during Q4. Now, I'm not at that level yet, but I'm telling you guys, it's so wide open, which is why I'm so excited for it, because I know that I can put a book up. It might not sell today. It might not sell tomorrow, but if I'm optimizing it right, I know it's always going to be there. And the more books I put up, the bigger the catalog gets, the more the sales start compounding, and they just start flowing in because there's no competition, even in the big niches. It's crazy. So
from your point of view, what would you say the best niches to get into
all of
for KDP?
First, I'd look at the giant niches on Merch by Amazon, because you know that those niches make money. You know people are spending money there. And then I would just kind of translate that over to low content books and just take a look and realize, okay, there's 100,000 taco shirts on Merch by Amazon, right? I guarantee you there's less on KDP for low content books, and there's a million things you could do with that. You could create an interior for, taco toppings. I don't know why you would do that, but I bet you if you did that, someone would buy it. It's crazy.
Michael said Michael Chambers, he said he just signed up to KDP. Thanks, guys. Well done, Michael.
Awesome.
You're the man.
Hey, so I should probably mention this is a good. Okay, so we're talking about interiors, right? You need two things for a book on Amazon. You need a cover, okay, which you can download the templates from Amazon. You can use Bookbolt, so on and so forth. You just need a cover. The second thing you need is a interior. And can I link something in the chat here? Let's see. I can do it on YouTube. I'm gonna do it on YouTube. So if you click that link that I just put in there, okay, that is our interior generator. You're going to notice, there's like 100+ free interiors for you guys to pick a size, and all you have to do is click download. And then you take that interior and you upload it with your cover to Merch by Amazon. So there's so many free interiors that you guys can use with this tool in order to just get started, get your first few books up there.
Brilliant. I want to talk about some updates that you've done to Merch Informa and Merch and Bookbolt since we last spoke, because it's been quite a while, or maybe not.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to bring up this subject of Q4. I mean, how has it been so far? And
it's been
what's
really
it like
good
so far compared to last year?
Last year, I'm up a little bit from last year, and I'll tell you why I think I'm up and a lot of other people are down. Because of the number of reviews that I'm carrying on shirts that I priced low. I know people don't want to hear that, and I know I bring it up literally every time we do a live.
Yes, man.
But if I have shirts that have 50+ reviews, right, and I know during Q4 I can kick those up and make money, and they're going to make money every single year, and then you have people with 0 reviews, and those are the competition for that niche or that shirt, and I have a lot of those shirts out there. So the way I still do the exact same thing I did 3 years ago, which is when I'm putting shirts up, I look at the niche. I will put a shirt up either middle of the road, so I'll look at what the competition is doing, put it in the middle, or I'll price it slightly below. So, $14.99. I have no problem putting up a shirt at $14.99 that I know will sell and keeping it there for 6 months. Because I'm just going to outlast everyone else. And once I've outlasted everyone else and I have those reviews, I'll just bump it up and start making more money. So patience.
Awesome,
I think patience is a big thing there.
Do you know what, man? That's exactly what it is. I started doing all my stuff at 1307, and I get blasted by some people, but it is what it is. I have T-shirts that have high reviews, and they sell all year long. So
now, if you keep it at 1307 and you forever and you forget to change it, I remember during the solar eclipse. Someone put a shirt up, it took off like crazy, and they kept it at 0 profit. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, you have so many of you. Like, just start bumping the price once it's taken off. That's when you make money.
Didn't you realize that it was taken off and you didn't change the price, or what happened?
That wasn't my shirt. I noticed someone else when I was doing my research because I was keeping track of like some of the best sellers. And one of the best sellers literally never changed their price. They just kept it at 1307 or whatever the bottom price is back in 2017. They just kept it there, and they never raised it a single cent. So they lost out. I think I calculated they lost out on like 20-30 grand just from that one shirt. Insane.
That's what an idea. Maybe they used it to tear up, or I don't know.
Maybe, but man, it hurt a little bit.
It's not a wise idea, man. Like, it's a lot of money on the table. You know what? I figured out that once your T-shirt takes off, in a viral way, then you can put it up to $19.99. People will still buy it.
Yep. But the thing is, you have to get that sales volume, right? The sales velocity going. If you don't, then that's not going to happen.
Down. Yeah. It's all about that sales velocity and where you're ranking in, at the start of the page number 1. We got a question from Hector. Have you updated the merch lister? It only lets you select pop sockets for US. The other markets are missing.
Yes, we pushed an update to the merch lister 2 or 3 days ago. It is still under Google review. So I'm hoping in the next day or 2 that actually goes live. So it's under review. It's been pushed. It works perfectly. So just keep checking, make sure there's an update available. Once it is, it should work, and you'll have pop sockets for all of those locales.
Awesome. Cool. So let's talk about some updates that you've pushed to Merch Informer and Bookbolt. Which one do you want to start with, eh?
Well, let's start with Bookbolt because we've been talking about that for quite a while. I'll say, so the first thing we pushed there was all of the interiors. I think I linked it in the chat. We added like 50 plus new interiors last month. Some of those are going to be members only interiors, but the vast majority of them are free. So now there's over 100 interiors in that generator. So that's literally 100 different niches that you can put up and start right now while we're chatting. The second thing we released, it's also free. Let me put it in the chat. Is this Interior Generator Pro. So what this is going to allow you to do is take interiors from the generator or upload your own and mix and match. So a lot of people were asking me like, hey, how do I put a cover page on my PDF and then the rest of the interior? This will allow you to do that. It'll allow you to change each and every single page of your PDF. So you can mix and match whatever you want and then download those and then upload it to KDP.
Amazing.
So those are free tools that people can use literally right now. And I hope they help. I literally just want to help people actually get started because KDP is pretty exciting.
Because people are selling those interiors for quite
a lot of money,
chunk of money, but you're providing them for free. What's the theory behind that?
Because at the end of the day, I want to get people started, and once you get started and you see that first dollar or that first 20-cent royalty, whatever it is, that is when you know that like it's real and that you can scale it up. And it's my hope that eventually you will use the software to continue building your business. But if not, keep using the interiors. But I think getting people started is always the hardest part. Getting over that mentality of like, oh, I don't know if it'll work. Just it's free. So you're spending a little bit of your time, right? 10, 20 minutes. Get some stuff up there. And once you see that first royalty is when you're like, this is real and I can build from here.
Because that's what people need. It's that confidence. They need to gain confidence that actually it works for them, not for other people. Maybe they get motivated by other people seeing those nice screenshots and things like that. But yeah, do you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, those screenshots don't affect you or your life. And I feel like a lot of people they put so much time and effort into what other people are doing instead of building their own business. And I think that's a mistake.
Well, it can motivate them initially, but for them to gain the confidence that it actually works for them, they need to see it for themselves. They need to hear that first ka-ching. Wow, it actually works. So let me put some more time into it rather than living someone else's dream by watching what they do.
That's how I got started with Merch by Amazon. I signed up. I was like, okay, I can't design anything. But I was like, all right, I can drag a few things around in Photoshop. Let's try this, right? So I made my template, dragged a few things in there, downloaded, uploaded to Merch. I think I uploaded maybe like 5, 6, 7 really, really bad designs. And I log in a few days later and I see like that $2 royalty sitting up there. I'm like, I did nothing. I literally did nothing for that money. Like besides dragging a few things around in Photoshop, maybe I should upload some more. So I did that, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this is real. There's people on Amazon. Like we need to hire VAs, and it was just like a rush from there.
Yeah, because when you run out of time, then you start thinking about VAs, right?
Yep. Because everyone only has 24 hours in a day, so you have to be able to leverage other building people. A team
and all of that. So do you have a team, Neil, or do you still do all your merch and KDP stuff by yourself?
So I do all the uploads. And I do all the research, and everything else gets outsourced. I mean, I have a team of designers that have been working with me for years. It's funny because I have one of my designers does all my merch stuff, or a lot of merch designs, I should say. And the other day I was like, oh, I really need this interior because it didn't exist. I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't buy it anywhere. And the guy who does my interiors normally wasn't available. So I'm like, hey, can you do this? He's like, I don't know. try it. Just try it and send it to me. Like 15 minutes later, I have a perfect interior. I'm like, that'll work. Uploaded the book, and we were off to the races. So having a team is really nice. You have people that you can rely on. They're going to work hard, and you're all kind of working towards the same goal.
That's amazing, man. I mean, guys, listen to it. It is possible. Anything is possible. You just got to start from somewhere. It's not going to be easy when you first start the first time around, but this is what you can become. You know, you can achieve it. Just like Neil and a lot of people have achieved it, you can too. Just got to give it a go and stop thinking about haters, because haters will always be there. Haters will always say you can't do it. You know, you're doing something wrong. You're doing that wrong, but they're doing it wrong. But they're saying that you're doing it wrong. So just block them out. They're nothing. They're dust. Do you know what I mean?
You gotta
always say bad things. Whether it's your family, your friends, they'll be like, "Oh, you're working on KDP. What's KDP? This is rubbish. Get a real job." But actually, when you start showing them 40K a month or 60K a month or even 100K, because it is possible. Anything is possible.
It's crazy like, when I started merch by Amazon. When I started merch by Amazon, and I was telling people like, "Oh, I'm uploading these designs to Amazon, and they're selling them on T-shirts." People would be like, "No, what? Like, what is that? I mean, you should go and get a job and get a job." People stuff the go get a job thing. I'm like, do I look very employable to you? I don't think so. so I mean, you deal with that, but eventually, once you start seeing the money roll in, you build it up slowly. You're not going to make $10,000 a month the first month you try something, right? It's a process. As long as you're willing to stick with it and learn. There's a lot of people that I talk to that message me that will stick with something, right? They'll stick with it for the long term, but they will never change. They won't learn. They're like, okay, I'm going to stick with this. And if it's not working, it's okay to do something else and try new things. Like if something's not working, you need to be willing to pivot. And I think if people are willing to stick with it, that's part of the equation. But oh my God, it annoys me when people are not willing to like try something else because X has not been working for 365 days. Time to try something else. So, if these kind of covers aren't working, try these kind of covers. If this style on Merch by Amazon isn't working, try this style. So a good example of that is when I am hiring a VA for merch designs. I'll always look through their portfolios. And I've done a few videos on this, but when you're going through the portfolios, there's like a certain design style. I don't know how to explain it. That does really well on Merch by Amazon, and everything else that is like too artistic or too simple or the colors clash. That's not really like a Merch by Amazon design. I always skip those. But I see people every day messaging me like, "Hey, this design isn't selling. What's wrong with it?" And I look at it and it's hard to tell them like that kind of design is probably never going to do well. So it's a learning process.
How do you say it though?
I'm usually pretty blunt. I'll probably be like, that design is just not going to sell. Like, and then I'll give them an example, right? And the easiest way to figure out what sells is just go look at what people are actually buying. And then you put this design up and you put this design up and you go, okay, here's mine, and here's one that's selling 100 a month. And you put them side by side, and it becomes obvious very quickly what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, or just like ask them to ask their friends or family members to give them, their
they might lie to you though. They might lie to you. They might that's great.
But you don't tell them this is my design. You just tell them, hey, look, I'm thinking which design is better, this one or this one, or which one would you buy, without telling them this is my design. You know what I mean?
Yes. That way that'll work.
Yeah, because obviously they will lie to you and say it is nice. Yeah, it looks good, but even though it looks crap.
I agree.
Yeah, cool, man. So how about Merch Informer? What have you done to it?
All right, Merch Informer.
What are the new updates?
We pushed a ton of updates literally this morning. So we have the merch lister. I think we already talked about that. Still under Google review. It's driving me nuts. Hopefully that is done in a day or two, and that enables pop sockets in the US, which we already had, and UK and Germany. So that is completely done, up to date and everything once it rolls out. I think after we talked last time, sometime in November, we released For anyone who is not on a newbie subscription with Merch Informer, so anyone above the typical entry-level Merch Informer subscription, we're giving every single person above that 100 hand-drawn vectors every single month. So we have November. December should be dropping sometime this week. And these aren't just like random vectors that I've thought about, right? They're literally requests that people put in the request box and ask for. We combine all of those up. We get, an actual artist that sits down and draws these out to put them together. So we put together a pack of 100. So each month that you are with Merch Informer, you'll get a new 100 vectors that you can use on any of your designs. If you want to use them on KDP, go ahead. I know a lot of websites give you licenses to vectors, right? But they're so difficult to read. You can use them here, but you can't use them here. You can modify them here, but you can't do this. And we just got sick of that. So we decided to give everyone above, the normal subscription 100 vectors. We put a license in there that basically says, do whatever you want and sell these how you want on any POD platform, no limits or anything. And they look really good. So we did that, which I'm really happy with.
And how do people receive them?
Let me just take a screenshot here and I'll show you. So at the very top of the page, hold on here. Taking the screenshot. All right, I'm putting it in the chat here.
While you do that, AAAW is asking merch list updates for UK. When will it come? I think that's the one you were talking about, right? You said that it's in Google review right now.
Yep. So we pushed that out a couple days ago for the pop sockets in UK and Germany. So that's done. But in order for you guys to download and use it, Google has to go review it, apparently, which I expect to be done probably sometime midweek. I don't know. They haven't told us. It just shows up as pending review. But typically they go through pretty quickly, but we've been waiting on that, so that should be done. So at the top of the page, when you're inside of Merch Informer, if you have any of the subscriptions above the entry-level one, you're going to see a big green box. And that green box is going to say Merch Informer Graphics. It's going to show you 5 previews. It's going to show you 5 previews, and then at the bottom of that, there's a download button, and the download button will download all 100 of them. And keep in mind, they're vector files. I've had people ask about this, which means that they're not PNGs. So when you upload them to any graphic design program, the Merch Informer one, Photoshop, so on and so forth, a vector essentially means it's a math equation. So you can make it as big or as little as you want. It's never going to pixelate. So keep that in mind when you're designing. They're SVGs.
And that's every month.
Yes, 100 new ones every month. And so let's say you sign up today. You're using the 100 that we already have. We're going to drop the next 100 this week. And you're like, hey, I would really like a vector of, I don't know, a jar, right? So you'd go to the little chat and you'd say, hey, I would like a jar. That'll send an email, and then we compile all those at the end of the month for the next month and put them together in a new vector pack. So I mean, people charge,
that makes sense.
For 100 vectors. People charge like $1,000 plus to hand draw something. We're giving away all that literally for free if you are on an upper level Merch Informer. So it's definitely.
And people can change them however they want. They can, add new colors. They can add elements. They can do whatever.
Because it drove me crazy that other companies would limit you on, like, for POD, they'd say you can only sell 100 shirts with this on the shirt. I'm just like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So we decided, like, we have a license in there that you can read. It's pretty do whatever you want, essentially.
Pretty forgiving. Pretty generous.
Yes.
Cool. And in terms of any new products that you're thinking of bringing out, is there anything that you're thinking there's a gap in the market? Let's create.
So 2 things. I'll finish up with Merch Informer. We added 2 new modules this morning. There's a notes module. There's a notes module because I was finding that I was making a lot of Notepad. So I'm on Windows. So I'd make a lot of notepad.txts all over the place. Huge pain. So we made a notes section.
Okay.
We made a calendar section. We filled the whole calendar out with random holidays and such, so you can make sure you're designing for these obscure niches that you probably didn't even think about.
Dude, that was a pain. I'm sure a lot of people would go to your group and say, well, what can I design for next month or the month after? Here you go.
Yes. Yeah, so we have a calendar that's literally filled with these
go.
random obscure niches that you guys can do research in and figure it out. And we finally added a dark mode, which makes everything so much nicer on your eyes. And we we also added some BSR sliders, so you can kind of niche down everything to the merch hunter, as well as sort those instead of by sales rank. You can sort all those by reviews, which is really helpful to find, like, hey, this shirt got 50 reviews. How on earth did they get 50 reviews? What niches are they selling in? It's a really easy way to go in and see what other people are doing so that you can kind of model your business around success. How did they get there? What kind of designs are they doing? What kind of layouts are they doing? What do the reviews say? Sometimes the reviews will give you ideas of what you can do differently in order to differentiate yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. These are all great updates, man. That's pretty good. I mean, in terms of any discounts or anything that you're, I mean, what kind of promotions are there at the moment? Are there any promotions?
Yeah, so literally this morning, we changed the monthly pro to $19.99 a month. It's usually at $60. All right, so that's huge. And the yearly pro, if you guys are going to pay, a year up front, it's $99.90 instead of $600. So we basically wanted to get people using these new graphics, using the updates. We're running that through the end of the month. So once the new year rolls in, we are getting rid of that. But until then, we have drastically discounted the pro level subscription because that's what's going to get you access to the vectors, which I definitely think are a huge asset, especially in the design business, right? You're going out there, you're looking at other places, you're paying people for graphics, and we just wanted to give these away essentially for free at this at the pro level so that you can design stuff yourself and get started.
I'll have a link down in the description if anyone is interested in getting it. That'll be great. Because I do have a 20% discount. Would that work, or would it not work?
Yeah, so they'll go over to Merch Informer through the link that you just dropped. They'll go to the pricing page, so all the pricing has been updated there. And then when you're signing up, just use the coupon that Addie
the code
below.
It's down in the description, so it's Addie20, and you get 20% off discount or whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's Addie20 or just Addie, but it's down below in the description. So scroll down in the description, and you'll be able to see it.
As long as that great, is as long as those prices remain the same. So if you guys sign up now before the end of the year, when we do raise the prices back up, so in 2020, you're going to be locked in at that subscription. We're not going to raise prices on you. So all good there.
Okay, that's cool. That's brilliant, man. Shall we move to Q&A? What do you think?
Let's do it. If anyone has any questions, drop them below.
Go on. Any questions, guys? Let's see.
And then we can start wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. Man, where has 1 hour gone? I can't believe it.
Oh, I see one more question here. What about the new tool which will enable us to upload to more different platforms?
Yeah, there we go.
That is almost done, I promise you. We are running a bunch of tests on that right now to make sure everything is good to go. Because the last thing I want to do is release new software that ends up breaking for everyone that's using it. All of a sudden, we get a lot of angry people. So we want to make sure that when we do release that, it's free of bugs, everything works. And we are going to be giving that to everyone at the pro level subscription as well for free. So
so how many platforms would be included in that?
We are going to start with
for people that don't know about it.
Yeah, so not too much I can say about it because we're still kind of figuring everything out. But it's essentially going to allow you to take your designs, all right, and upload them across the internet with a few clicks of a button. So pretty easy to use. We're just working on a few things.
Automated or with human interaction?
Yeah, automated. You just need a spreadsheet. So so far it's pretty slick. I just want to make sure that we're releasing quality stuff. Because the last thing I want to do is release something that's inferior and that breaks and that makes you guys mad. Because when we release stuff like that, it makes me mad. So if we release good stuff, everyone's happy.
That's awesome, man. I got a question from Buazza Nufel. Is there a tool to find niches on KDP? We were just talking about it, buddy. It's Bookbolt. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? What's the process of finding niches?
Yeah, so bookbolt.io. It's not .com, it's .io because we're trendy like that, I guess. So anyways, that's got a few modules. It's got a keyword finder in it, which is very helpful to find different keywords that you can start doing your research on. It's got a module sort of like Merch Informer that will basically build out a database of, notebooks, journals, music sheets. So you can go in and look. You can go in and look and see like, hey, what are the best-selling low-content books that are doing music sheets? You can go in and do research that way, or there's product search, brand search, as well as we have a designer that will help you design in whatever format and number of pages that you're doing. So you can do the research in the core software. You can go up to your name, click the designer, head over there, create your cover, kick that out, and then you can use the free resource, which I linked earlier, which is the interior generator. Download one of those and get your book online. So it's a really, really quick process if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, just poke around and look at the tools. There's a free 3-day trial, so you can use it for completely free and cancel it before 3 days if you want. But that should give you enough time to actually get your books online.
I've got a little discount code as well, which is down below in the description. So if you guys want to benefit from 20%, it's right there. You no longer do the lifetime subscription, right?
Yeah, we got rid of that. The reason we got rid of that, just to be completely transparent with everyone, is we offered a lifetime subscription because we wanted to test the market and because developers, our team has to eat too. So we want to see what we could do there. We managed to kind of work through all of the issues. So the people that stuck with us really appreciate you guys. But now fully functioning software has a bunch of tools, and we moved to monthly from there.
Awesome. Iara, look at that. She is a babe, man. She's a babe. Look at that.
She's on top of things.
On top of it. So for both Merch Informer and Bookbolt, the 20% off code is Addie 20 case sensitive. There we go, Iara.
So all caps, guys. All caps.
Awesome. Brilliant, man.
Cool.
Questions. So we have one question from Salim. The price trick work in KDP too? Does it work in KDP too? Please, some other little tricks. Salim wants some other little tricks. What other tricks do you have up your sleeves, Neil? What other tricks do you have?
Here's the thing, right? There's no tricks to any of this. It's very methodical. All right. So with KDP, there's 4 pages, something like that, where you literally just go through one by one by one. Now, it does take a little bit of time, put your title in there, select some categories. So if you already know that information and you're using the Bookbolt software, you're taking advantage of the 3-day trial, whatever it is, we have a lister in there, which is similar to the Merch Informer lister, where you can pre-fill your categories and stuff like that, hotkey them to your computer. So I usually start with Shift-R and move my way across the keyboard. And all you'd have to do is press the hotkey on KDP, and it'll fill your page out for you. So that is probably the easiest way I know of to just speed up the process. It's not really a trick because you're still going to have to fill out the information. But if you're using the same, say, brand name over and over and over again, no one wants to sit there and type it out 400 times a day. You can just hotkey that to your computer.
The Epidemic 17 says, I don't see Neil's YouTube in the description. Can someone link me, please? I'm going to actually put it in the description. Completely forgot. But it's Merch Informer, right? It's Merch Informer?
Yes. Yep. It
just
should be all over the place.
Buddy. Yeah. Just Merch Informer, and you'll be able to find it. Just put it on YouTube. Let's see. What else? One more question. Shall we do one more question?
Let's do one more, and then I need to hop off.
Let's see. I don't see any other question, buddy. Okay, one more question. SwearWorks. Can people use VAs to log into accounts to work on KDP?
Yes, they can. They are definitely a lot easier to work with than Merch by Amazon. Now, I say yes. If you read through the TOS, there's nothing in there about people logging in to your account. like there is in the merch TOS. So before you take what I say is, the word, go and read the TOS so you're familiar with it. That's the first thing you should do before you sell on any platform, is familiarize yourself with the rules of the platform you're selling on. And the last time I looked through it, there is nothing in there about VAs, people logging into your account. But again, keep in mind that whatever you upload is going to be your responsibility because you're the account holder. So it's very important that you can take responsibility. Don't blame a VA if there's a problem. Like, it's your problem. It's your account. So just take responsibility of what you're doing, and you should be good.
Absolutely. Before we go, just want to remind everybody that Neil has generously given you guys a giveaway of 1 month subscription for 3 winners of a giveaway that he's running. And the giveaway is going to be on this post right here. So I'm dropping it on the chat right now, and I'm going to put it down below as well in the description. So all you got to do is you got to follow @MasterAddieP. You got to follow Merch Informer, and you got to tag 2 people as well. 2 people. That's all you got to do. Nothing to lose. This whole operation will probably take how long? 30 seconds, give or take, right?
Maybe 30 seconds.
There's a good balance of probabilities that you might win because there's 3 people out of about 30 people that are watching us. So yeah, guys, it's been fun having this live. Did you have fun, Neil? Always fun.
Thank you for having me on. Dude, it is late where you are, so I appreciate you staying up for me.
It's like 2:37, man. 2:37. Dedication.
You need to go to bed.
Okay, man. Cool. Well, I'll see you on the next one. Stay on. I'll have a chat with you after. Right. But we're going to end this broadcast right now, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one. Boom. Take care.
Have a good one.